Welcome to the Lyfe podcast. In every episode, we dive into the most relatable aspects of life, helping you navigate the complexities of our contemporary world. Let's get started.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all over the world. Thank you for tuning in yet another time to the Lyfe podcast. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you have updates every time we have an episode coming out. For those of you that are listening in on Apple, we're on Apple Pods, we're on Spotify Podcasts, we're on Amazon Music Podcasts, we're on YouTube Music Podcasts, which was formerly Google Podcasts, and we're here in your faces on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. Like, share, comment. Leave us a comment. Let us know what was exciting for you, what makes you happy, what you discovered, and what you'd like us to talk about. And without further ado, I have a gentleman who's been friends with me for many years, but I rarely get to see. Mm-hmm. And without further ado, I'd like to welcome Mr. Mathew Nabwiso. Or do we say Mr. Nabwiso Mathew?
Yeah, I think I like Nabwiso Mathew.
Why?
I think we were lied to that our first name is the English name. Why is the English name our first name? We are not English. I think our local names should be the first name because that is exactly who we are.
The first name.
And then the English name is secondary.
Oh, so it has to be African then English.
Yes. Yeah.
You make a point right
African
there.
first,
Yeah.
then
the language just comes out.
The other name, I don't even know if it's necessary or not. Because actually, I think it was sold to us as the Christian name.
Yes.
But I think Christianity is not about a name.
You have a point.
It's not about an English name.
I've actually never thought about it. We don't even call it an English name. We call it a Christian name.
But there's nothing Christian about an English name.
Yeah.
The Christianity is in the spirit, is in you. You confess with your mouth what you've believed with your heart. That is the Christianity. It is not the name.
Okay.
So if you think Sami comes first, you're still locked under colonial mentality. Slavery.
So it needs to be the last name and then the first name.
Yeah, you're African first.
Okay.
You're Uganda first before
Before I speak
that
English.
name.
That's a good point. How have you been, Mathew? I haven't seen you for many years.
Yeah.
I think I last saw you. I have almost a photographic memory. I remember things by events. So I remember when I last saw you. And that was at Shadrach's launch of Vine Entertainment Group.
Yeah.
At 7 Trees, I think is what it's called, in Kololo.
Yeah. That was BC.
Before COVID.
Yeah.
Like before Christ. Before COVID. Yes, it was. It's been that long.
Yeah.
Good to have you here.
Good to have you too.
It's been forever. You're looking nice. Eleanor has taken good care of you.
Of course she does.
You've made some good money, I can see.
If you say so, I mean, why not?
So how does Mathew get into film?
How do I get into film? Of course, it goes back to my journey of becoming an artist.
Okay.
When I went to Namasagali College.
So you've disorganized my whole flow. Let's go back. I normally start where the journey starts. So today I was like, I'm going to flip it and we'll start here and then go back. So now you've taken us.
But I can still just be specific
Let's go back to your journey of artistry because your journey has like 3 parts to it.
Yeah.
One being music, which many people don't know about. And that's why I wanted to start with film, then I can go to music. But since you've gone artistry, let's start from your journey of artistry. School, Namasagali.
Yeah, it goes back to when I attended Namasagali College. And of course, you all know Father Grimes was a pusher for arts because I think back then he was the only headmaster who used to visualize things that way.
True.
And he always used to say, he's that one-eyed man in the land of the blind. So even when we were in Namasagali ourselves, class could actually be optional.
Yeah.
but co-curricular activity was compulsory.
Which co-curricular was creative arts?
Yeah. So of course, it had creative arts. It also had sports.
Oh, okay.
So when it was time for that, you had to do something. Either you're doing sports or you're doing creative arts.
Yeah.
You had to do something. And we used to wonder why it's such a big deal. Little did we know that these would become careers. That's what he saw. And that's what we did see. That's what most schools never used to see, because all schools then used to think it was all about academics, becoming an engineer, doctor, whatever it is. And that's where my journey begins as an artist. That's how, because I used to do drama in Namasagali. I would sing, I would act, and I was just doing it for fun. Fast forward, I find myself going to Sabrina's pub because actually in Namasagali, I met a friend called Elias. Elias Buhabura used to love singing so much. He's the one that interested me in singing. So we formed a boy band in school, and we used to sing all those a cappellas of Boys to Men.
Yeah.
And that's how we end up going to start singing karaoke at Sabrina's pub. So after a while of singing at Sabrina's pub, I had a friend there called Luther T.
Yeah.
Then he was like a big deal. He was in church with Cancer and Miracle Center, and he attracted me. Come visit my church. Come visit my church. So I went there and I found these guys singing music so beautifully. I didn't know churches in Uganda could do that kind of music.
Yeah.
And because when I went to watch them, I was seeing this whole black gospel choirs like we used to see on TV.
Yeah.
And then I would see them doing like Kirk Franklin songs. So that got me really interested in music. So I got there, I got hooked in church. I joined the choir. So we started singing in the choir. I ministered in that choir for about 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I think towards my 8th, 9th year there, that's how I encountered a filmmaker. Called Matt Bish, who was doing auditions for a TV commercial. So I went audition for a TV commercial. I did a TV commercial for, I think it was Carpet Store. Shortly after, he did an audition for a movie, Battle of the Souls. So I again went and auditioned, and I got the lead role for the movie Battle of the Souls, which was the life of Roger Mugisha.
Yeah.
And
Matt is Roger's younger brother, right?
Elder brother.
Elder brother?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So that's how I get into film. And of course, we did the movie Battle of the Souls, which did very well. Thereafter, I did another movie with him called A Good Catholic Girl. I was acting as actually a Muslim character in that movie, and which also did well. And it won me my first accolade as a best actor in a supporting role at the Africa Magic Viewers Choice Awards in Lagos, Nigeria. These are the MultiChoice Awards, which are like the Oscars of Africa.
Of Africa, yeah.
Yeah, so that is how I get into film. Of course, I did many projects thereafter. State Research Bureau, I was part of the cast for the Hostel series, acting the role of Gilo, and many others. And I think I did that for about 10 years. But in me, I got to love production. I got to love directing. So I said, one day I'm going to do this. So actually I gave myself those 10 years to learn production. And then after 10 years, we formed our production house.
So hold on a second.
Yes.
You've got speed. So 10 years, you give yourself 10 years. Was this intentional, or it's something that just happened, that it played out over the 10 years? Did you just say, now I want to get into directing, or what exactly
It was
happened?
intentional. I knew that I needed at least that period to get to learn everything to do with production. Because I didn't go to film school, so I had to learn
That
this
was my next question.
on sets.
And who are
so
the
the
people who are
years I
helping
spent
you?
3 years when we were shooting the Hostel series. So if I wasn't in front of the camera, I would go behind and learn
that's
What is the
wise.
director saying? Why is the
Yeah.
director saying this? Why is he choosing this frame? Why is the lighting guy choosing this? So I learned behind the cameras, and not just the Hostel series, but also many other film projects that I was part of.
Okay.
Every time I'm not in front of the camera, I would go behind and learn something from either the DP or the gaffer or the director or the producer. It is something that I was very, very interested in doing.
Okay, so you gave yourself 10 years and you said, I have to make sure I learn everything. I can from these people.
Yes.
Did you have specific mentors in that space, or it was a journey that you just had to fumble through and figure things out?
I'll say it was a journey I had to fumble through, but I watched certain people.
Okay.
I'll say I watched Nabwiso a lot as a director. I watched Kwesi Kaganda a lot, both as a director and as a writer. Yeah, so I had a lot to learn from those two. And then on top of that, of course, I would also do YouTube, watch American films and see what do they do differently. Why did they choose this? So I had to do a lot of research to educate myself.
That's beautiful.
Because I couldn't afford going to film school.
Yeah. So then you started writing too.
Writing, I'm not a writer per se.
Yeah.
But what I do is I build concepts. I create concepts.
Okay.
Then I will invite a writer and I said, this is my concept. Can you write me a short synopsis? Can you write me a long synopsis? I look at it and we go back and forth. Now, can we
give it a body?
Can we come up with a treatment?
Yeah.
Now, and of course, also working with my wife. For her, she's a she's a writer.
Yeah.
And she loves reading a lot. So we do exchange and bounce ideas off each other, and then we engage people to do the final writing. Yeah.
Okay, so you are going to Nabwiso Films. Isn't that the place you are going to? Speed,
so we introduced Nabwiso Films in 2006.
Oh, okay.
No, 2016, sorry. Yeah. That is when Nabwiso Films started. And we started with our very first project, which was a movie called Rain, which we did as a co-production with Crane Media.
Okay.
And then we did our first feature film called Rain, which did great. It was like really, really great. We got very good reception locally and internationally, because I think Rain got up at least 24 nominations in film festivals.
Wow.
And about 11 awards locally and internationally. Yes. Yeah.
One project.
Yes, one project. And that actually gave us the confidence that we are
on the right
track. Yeah.
Is that the one that had Cindy in it?
No. That
was much later.
That is much later. And that is not ours. That is Bella by a different production house. Rain was actually acted. My wife acted in it as a lead character. And it's now actually even available on YouTube. It is now free, available for people to watch. It's a great film. Yeah.
That's beautiful. So who runs Nabwiso Films? Is it you entirely?
Nabwiso Films is owned by myself and my wife.
Okay.
We are the owners of the production house.
So you write, she writes, and then you direct, and then you shoot.
Yes. It will depend on the project, because some projects I'm either producing and she's directing. Some projects she's producing, I'm directing.
Okay.
Some projects I'm producing and directing. She loves acting more. So she likes to be.
How did Eleanor get into acting? I'm asking because I know Eleanor from a different space. When I met Eleanor, you were in high school, right? She was in high school and she was dancing on a project I was working with the Obsessions. She was dancing. And stubborn little girl, very inquisitive at the time. I don't know if she still is inquisitive. At the time, very high energy. And then one day, I switch on my TV. I'm like, oh, Eleanor is acting. I'm like, interesting. So how did you meet Eleanor?
We met on a film set when we were shooting the Hostel series.
These are things that happen behind the scenes. People are busy meeting and on the Hostel.
Yeah, I think we met on the Hostel series. Of course, we became friends, and I liked her company. She loved my company. I liked her energy, and from friends we became more. And What?
You
1,
decided
2 years
really-
down the road, we tied the knot, and here we
You
are.
decided we need to
Here
make
we
more
are 12
films.
years later.
It's already 12 years.
Yeah, it's 12 years
Wow,
this
12
year.
years and 3 kids after.
4.
4. Oh,
yeah.
The youngest is how old?
The youngest is 6.
Wow, it's been that long. Kudos, Eleanor. That's beautiful. So you meet Eleanor and decide, Eleanor, we need to start a film company.
Yeah.
Is that what you'd call it? A film company?
Film company, production house. It goes back to, of course, having vision.
Yeah.
When we were on the hostel's set, because I'd done a couple of other movies before, I was a bit popular.
Yeah.
But the hostel
blew it up. It was the only TV show we had at the time.
Yeah, the hostel really blew it up.
Yeah.
And you see, every time we took a break, like season break, fans were demanding, guys, what's next? What's next? When are we having the next season? You know, it was like very, very popular. And people were demanding us as actors as though we were the creators of the show. But we weren't. But of course, that gave me an awakening to realize that actually, so people love what we do.
Yeah.
And they don't want us to stop.
So there's a market.
I knew that at some point, this show is going to end.
Yeah.
So what happens when the show ends? What do we tell the fans? So that is what gave us the inspiration to think of continuity.
Okay.
What happens after? Because yes, today you have a gig with this production house, but there are no guarantees that you're going to be part of their next project.
Yeah.
So we had to wake up and say, so what if they couldn't call us for a next project, which is exactly what happened after.
Yeah.
What happened. So that's how we decided to create our own. Because I've always believed in being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever I was doing, I was building it up to being an entrepreneur. When I went to school, I studied business administration because I knew that whatever I'm going to do at some point, I have to be an entrepreneur and I need this knowledge. So I was like, okay, so I've done my BBA and now people love my acting. How do I make this my business? So being in the business, my wife is in the business. So we said, let's do this. And that was the birth of Nabwiso Films.
Very entrepreneurial. I think you're one of the artists at our times who had that mind. We all liked the lights, camera, action bit.
Yeah.
And it was being an artist was fun, you know? It's your job and it's fun. And you live in the moment.
Yeah, and actually when you say that, because before I actually had this discussion with my wife, I had first had this discussion with about 3 other colleagues on the set.
Yeah.
And I was like, guys, this show is going to end someday.
Yeah.
What do we do? They're like, yeah, interesting idea. But
they never saw beyond that.
It's an
artist
Then
thing.
I realized I was trying to drag people into this vision and they didn't buy it. Then when I have this chat with my wife, she's like, why not? Let's do it. Like, okay. Why was I stressing with people when someone is just here?
It's like God just gifted you the right person for your entire life after that.
Yeah.
You know, creatives never, that's the disease we have as creatives. We never think tomorrow.
Yeah.
We like the excitement of things moving.
Of now.
It's exciting. It's giving us popularity. The fans are appreciating our craft. And we never think beyond then. I mean, if, like you said, if you look back to the people you were with, nobody has thought business-wise. And I get asked a lot as an artist, why isn't there continuity for all the big names, the person who becomes a musician today and they're famous tomorrow, and they seem like they've made a lot of money, they're famous, and then after a few years, they're nowhere. And the questions I get asked all the time, and I say, well, you say they were successful, and I normally say success varies to different people what you call success. Some people die off because to them success is I am on stage, I am on a billboard, I am on the radio, I am on TV. I've arrived. And sadly, that's very many of us. And that's why I said for you from the get-go, you had the mind. You played a long game. Often creative people play a short game because it's project to the next one. If it shows up, if it doesn't, I can ride on this profile that at least people still know me. I get invited to the events. And I think that's very important because many people probably don't know this. You were a musician. And at the time when you got into film, you actually, we were in the same band, but you came after I left. I don't know if you remember Black Roots Unlimited.
Black
with
Roots,
Shaka
yeah.
At the time, did you even remember that?
It had
That's been a
faded,
long
but
time.
now I remember.
At the time, you and Paul Ashley were like the most sought after backup artists. Because at the time, music was evolving. You remember there was dancehall music, then Chidandali. And in that season, music was evolving to real music where people appreciated bands.
Yes.
And bands were just starting. And you were backing up Juliana, Irene Namubiru. Do you remember some of the people you were backing up?
I think I also backed up Jamal.
Yes.
I backed up... okay. It's been a while, yeah.
Yes.
But also, of course, international artists like there's that jazz saxophonist called
which one is it? Alku?
Muzungu jazz saxophonist. We did that project. I remember still with Black Roots.
I remember who that was.
Gosh, but a couple of people, a couple of artists.
So that's great.
Maurice Kiria.
Yes. And that also came from your Sabrina days.
Yes.
That's music. People didn't know that side of you.
Yes.
But you guys were at the revolution of music in Kampala. And I keep telling people, I wish you guys knew. Matthew, Matthew used to sing. I'm like, Matthew sang in the choir at Kansanga Miracle Center for a long time.
Yeah.
You did 47 voice choir with Alex Mukulu for Chogam.
No, it wasn't in that one. No, I wasn't in that one.
Which one were you?
I am. We used to call ourselves all the all artists something.
You United Artists.
Yeah, United Artists Ministries.
Ministries, yes. That's why I said it was 47.
Yeah.
You with Nicholas Mayanja.
Yes.
Beth.
Kawesa.
Richard Kawesa. Everybody in the gospel circles, that choir, man. Wow, Samali Matovu.
Yes.
That choir had everyone.
It was great. Those are beautiful days.
Yeah. Anywho, getting back to Nabwiso Films, do you guys do your own films or do you do projects for other films? And how do you find your cast? I know she plays a big role on casting, right? I've seen. I watch TV. I don't watch TV much, but I watch every once in a while, and I see.
Of course, we do make our own films because we come up with these concepts and create these movies. But we also do projects for other people.
Oh, okay.
Like, for instance, besides movies, we do a lot of documentaries.
Oh, okay.
We do work with so many NGOs, UN organizations. We do a lot of documentary works for them. We've done a lot of work like with the government for Ministry of Health, for PSFU, for so and so. Either we are doing PSAs or commercials or what. Then we've also done work for broadcasters like MultiChoice. We've also done a lot of work for them. So we've done work that we've licensed to them, but we've also been commissioned to do work for them. So it's a mix of many. And yes, we do the casting ourselves because, of course, as a producer, you need to be sure you have the right people to play the role. Because film is a very expensive venture. So you want to work with people who are passionate about it, people who are serious, people who mean business, not anybody who cares to come around.
Who has the time to waste.
Yes.
So what exactly do you base on? You've kind of touched it about casting to pick a character.
Of course, it goes back to the script because the script will come with what they call a character Bible or character profile.
Okay.
So somebody has to, first of all, physically fit the character profile.
Oh, okay.
Now, when you fit the character profile, first you've got to have the acting abilities.
Okay.
Then secondly, you need to be able to fit the profile of the character that we are doing then. Yeah, once those two get together, the profile and the acting, then yeah, you get a shot at that.
Great. I've had a problem. I was telling you before when we started. We, the audience, we like to criticize what should be this and that. One of my biggest challenges, not challenges, one of my biggest complaints about some of our Ugandan films is relatability. I don't know if you've had this before, but this is kind of feedback from me, not on your films, but as a whole.
In general.
I found that I watch some of our TV shows majorly, and they don't matriculate to Uganda. Like the story is good, but the story is more Western than Uganda.
I know.
The dialogue especially is... It doesn't have our Ugandan colloquialisms. It feels like I am watching an American show interpreted to Ugandan characters. You know what I mean? I don't know if you've had this before. You've seen it.
And I've seen it happen. But I think it all goes back to, you forgive me, but I like to call it colonial mental slavery.
Okay.
We think that what is ours is bad.
Yes.
And what is foreign is what is cool. And that is, I call it a mental slavery. You see, when you're telling a story, you need to be authentic.
Yes.
Because you can never tell an American story better than the Americans.
True.
Yeah. So it helps when we tell our own stories our way, because now that is what we can identify with as Ugandans. And that is what is unique to Americans or Europeans or whoever they are.
Okay.
So when you look at most of the shows we have done, from the movies Rain to Bed of Thorns to Prickly Roses to the latest TV series we've done, SANYU.
Yeah.
We shot SANYU and produced 4 seasons.
Yeah.
And we produced 880 episodes.
Wow.
Yeah, of the show. Yes, the longest TV show ever made in this country.
Yeah.
And when you look at SANYU, for instance, we were actually touching the ordinary life of Ugandans. Yes, we have the rich family, the Chirundas, who exist in Uganda.
Yes.
That lifestyle is real in Uganda. People drive those cars, people live in those kind of mansions, people live that lifestyle in Uganda. It is here. And then we have the other side of the Bate, the people who are coming from Kayunga, because we also have those people. So when you go to Kayunga, you see the real lifestyle of the people in the village, how they conduct themselves, the language they speak. You find them speaking, of course, some English and a lot of Luganda. You'll see them eating our local food, the way it is done there. You will see the actual culture, and that is what most people identified with the show. And that's why this show is very, very popular. For it's this show we finished shooting it in last year in March. But up to this day, there are repeats going on, and there are people saying, I've watched this show 6 times and I'm still watching. Because we were actually really, really sincere to our culture, be it with the village people, be it with the town people. So everyone feels they can relate. Yeah. Even with the choice of names, we go a lot. We would this gentleman is Francis Chirunda, but we use the name Chirunda is family. More prominent than Francis, because that's who we are. And when Chirunda speaks, because Abe Mchibi is a Muganda, but he gets into character and speaks Lusoga, and all the Basoga go like, whoa, that's our man, that's our man. When you bring in a character like Alunyu, and then she starts speaking her language from the north, people go like, yes, that's our girl. So even when they are speaking English, they will still bring in those local ad-libs of our local touch, of our local language. And that's how we've managed to preserve our culture within the show. When it comes to Nabwiso Films, our culture is very, very key, because that is what makes us unique. Now I realize. That's what makes us unique as filmmakers.
Okay. Yeah. That's beautiful. I think that's one element that is missing in many of those. Like I've seen great angles, great shooting, but then when it comes to the story, you're like, you have a story, but this is an American story. And I'm thinking, I can watch an American TV
Yeah,
show
yeah,
to get this because it's not
Yes,
very
yes,
authentic.
Yeah.
And so do you guys have a space where you train young filmmakers? Because I think that would be one of the solution to these problems. So we're not replicating American TV shows.
It is something that we are trying to work on.
Yeah.
We are, as Nabwiso Films, we are trying to build like a film studio.
Okay.
Where we can be able to have these trainings happening, because we've had so many requests for training in acting, training in film.
Yeah.
So we are trying to get that in place. But we're also working with the National Producers Guild of Uganda, where I am president. So this is an apex body of film producers across Uganda.
Okay.
And as a producers guild, we are also working on training and skills development for young people. So we are looking at creating film schools in films. In schools. Film clubs in schools. Yeah. You'll find that many schools have drama clubs. So now we are moving into maybe turning or adding an element of film in these drama clubs, so that our young people are able to learn film, because we know very many young people are interested in learning film. And that's how we want to support them. Those who are in school, we find them in school. Those who are not in school, we'll still create spaces for them where to find us, and we'll train them.
Okay. So is this a government initiative or Nabwiso Films initiative?
This is purely a private initiative. We as filmmakers, we as film producers, it's our initiative.
Together and create
and we are hoping that in the short run, government can actually get interested and work together with us, because we are looking at 80% of our population being below the age of 30, and they're all interested in creative arts.
Yeah.
So if government does not think about working with us to create this opportunity, the National Planning Authority is basically planning for 10-20% of this country and ignoring the 80%. So it would make a lot of sense for them to be able to work with us. And I mean, we have the art, we have the skill, we have everything.
Yeah.
If they have the money, let them bring the money. We put the skill together with the art, the knowledge that we have, and let's skill our people and create a huge workforce of creatives.
It's that's beautiful, because it was one of my concerns, and I remember I met MP Magola at an event. We're actually shooting a podcast episode, Kampala Night Live something. I think you've been on that one too.
Yeah,
I met her at that shoot. And we're having conversation about the creative space, because she's also from Namasagali. She was a teacher there. And I was talking to her about how our MDD is dying in schools. Because back then in school, MDD was a big thing.
A big deal, yeah.
Today, nobody really cares about cultural music and all these spaces. They don't... I don't know if I can call it they don't care, but there's not a space anymore, because when we were in school back then, you'd have third term, half the school term, final term was credited to creative arts, where you'd have, I think it was second term, you'd have school competitions. You had a term for sports, where it was football, netball. Then you had another term for music, dance, and drama. And I think that has died out.
Yeah, in many schools, it's not, because schools today, I think, are focusing more on academics.
Yes.
And also, I think some parents are really fascinated with grade aggregates, grades, as opposed to having the holistic education. And I think that's a challenge, and it's not a good one.
And then you find that even back then, we had the National Theatre. For you to get to the National Theatre,
it was a big deal.
And you guys were acing it. Namasagali always had
its
on the calendar. They knew there was National Theatre. This part of the year, Namasagali is going to be there with productions. And then you'd have schools take a school tour to National Theatre, which doesn't happen anymore.
And then they also used to compete to come and perform at the National Theatre.
And
I don't know if that still happens.
I don't think it does. And to me, that's my pain that these things don't happen. In the Western world, when you talk about theatre is a big thing
deal.
to a country.
Yes, people
but
still
here,
go to theatres.
Theatre now, we just go to theatre to watch comedy.
Yeah.
You know, it's been that downgraded to comedy. And then now, with the evolution and the introduction of film, theatre is becoming more obsolete.
Yeah.
Because now I'm not having one production at National Theatre watched by a few. I have TV and now we have YouTube and then you guys have gotten to Netflix. Kudos to all your hard work. And because of all these new opportunities and the growth, theatre is continuously dying.
Yeah.
And there's a generation that doesn't even understand theatre because now all they understand is film.
Yeah.
But also film is a result of theatre. You can correct me on that. I feel like film is the next step after theatre, but we're doing terribly on theatre because we don't have people we don't have the curriculum for music, dance, and drama anymore. Ndere Center, which was the other in thing, seems to also have had its struggles and kind of drawn off the map. Today, we're having concerts there for international musicians and festivals. You know, the dance drama element is also slowly dying out.
Yeah.
I don't know what your take is on that.
I think it's a big challenge.
Yeah.
Yes, much as times are changing, I think we shouldn't again lose our cultural identity.
Yes.
It is important for us to still preserve our culture. So continuing with the music, dance, and drama, fusing it with film should be a great way of preserving our culture because that's who we are.
Yeah.
Once we lose our cultural identity, we are nothing. Because I've always told people what happened like many years back with the colonialists when they came and it started, of course, with slave trade.
Yeah.
When they took you as a slave, the first thing they would do is strip you of your name.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're...
Which is identity.
Yeah, if you're Murumba, they say from today you're called Pete. He asks you, what's your name? You say Murumba. He beats you. Says your name is Pete. What's your name?
Pete.
Pete. So they've taken your name away. That is taking your cultural identity away.
Yeah.
Then from that day, you don't continue speaking your language. You speak the other person's language, which I say is similar to buying a dog.
Yeah.
When you get a dog, the first thing you do is give it a name. You say from today, you're Max.
Yeah.
And today you're speaking English or my language. Or it's like when somebody from the West, from Ankole, buys a cow, they give it a name and they start speaking to it in Lunyankole. Yeah. So when somebody does that, they've stripped you of who you are.
Your identity.
You no longer have a language.
Yeah.
You no longer have culture. You adopt somebody else's culture. And the challenge with that is we as Africans, we will never be Americans. We will never be.
Yeah.
We will never be, no matter how good our English is, we will never be that. We are not. Yeah. Yeah. So we only have value when we have a cultural identity of who we are. So we should not allow to be stripped off of our culture, our language, our identity, because that is who we are. When you go, for instance, to the United States and you find Black people being profiled, Black people are profiled a lot for being Black. Just be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and you're Black, you could die.
Yeah.
So you find that these brothers and sisters of ours actually go through that a lot. And even if they're tired of being profiled, they have nowhere to run to.
Yeah.
Because they already lost their culture. They even if they knew that they came from Africa, they can't just come back.
They have no belonging in Africa.
They have nowhere to start from.
Yeah.
That was cut off.
Yeah.
But if you, Sami, for instance, went and were living in the USA or UK tomorrow, you live there, you work there, but you're being profiled and you're tired. you have somewhere to come back to.
I can come back home.
Yeah,
yes.
you can come back home.
Yeah.
You can still speak your language, where everybody will be happy to speak with your language. And, so our cultural identity is key, and it is something that we need to preserve. So through creative arts, it is a way of preserving. It is a way of keeping it. It is a way we need this is who we are.
Yeah.
And this needs to be passed on to generations and generations of our children.
Okay.
You find that today most parents, we speak to our children in English.
Yeah, I'm a victim of that.
Because we think it's cool. It's the cool thing.
Yeah.
And our languages are local. But you're not a Muzungu and you never.
But
English is just a medium of communication.
You know the funny thing? I'll tell you, we've gone to similar schools. The funny thing is, what primary school did you go to?
I went to Mwire Primary. I was a bit in Kamli Boys as well.
I went to Nakasero Primary. I'm going to show you something that happens in school. There's a crime called speaking what?
Vernacular. Which again is a colonial mentality. You see, it is good for, yes, we know the exams are going to be set in English.
Yes.
It's okay. But again, I think it is wrong for schools to strip our children of our culture.
True.
It is very, very wrong.
Yeah.
Because the Muzungu is not going to do that to their children.
That's true.
Yeah. But why are we doing this to our children? Something is not right.
So you speak Luganda in your home?
Yes, I speak. Actually, I also started by making that mistake. I started by speaking to them in English. Yes. Because I thought they would automatically learn the local language. But it's not automatic.
Because there's no one speaking it.
Yeah, if you're not speaking it, they won't.
Yes.
So now we're actually also struggling now to teach them. And we are forcefully trying to teach them. I and my wife, we speak to them in Uganda, we speak to them in Lusoga, and they're learning.
Can I tell you something interesting? I've never had Eleanor speak in Uganda.
Oh, she's very good.
I've never. It's the truth.
Oh, she's very good.
Yeah. So that's interesting. How then do you think would be the solution? Like, what would be the place to start to kind of bring up these ideas or these conversations on theater and culture? Because theater was one of the places where culture was emphasized. I remember the first people I watched who were my favorite drama actors then. You probably know some of them. You know some of them. This is late 80s, early 90s, which is Kayayu Film Players. Did you ever know about Kayayu Film Players? I remember the name. Then there was Christopher Muchibi and the Theatricals. Then there was Mugave Ndugwa and what were they called? That's where Abe comes from. That was where I first met Abe Muchibi as a young child. And there's a bunch of people. You met him there as a young child? Yeah. How old are you? I'm your age. What are you talking about? So this is, stop laughing. This is, let me give you context. Matthew, how old are you? How old are you? Were the young child or Abe was a young child? I was a young child. How old are you? How old are you? Let's leave that for another day. So my granddad was a musician, and my granddad knew a lot of creative people. Mugave Ndugwa was his friend. That's how we used to go to theater. Jimmy Katumba was his friend. That's how we used to go to theater. Back when they did Jimmy Katumba and the Ebonies, then they moved from music to drama. That's where I met Kwezi also. I was a kid by then. He had just finished Namasagali. I was a kid. I was a kid. So that's how they started contemporary theater, Ebonies. But you'd have, there's a guy I used to love. I don't know if you ever knew about that guy. He was called Chamulabi Nensoloye. Yeah, I remember the play. The guy used to act with a goat. With a goat, that was genius. One man. And I feel like we miss those things. But those, the other was Christopher Muchibi and the Theatricals. That they even took their drama to TV. And we don't have that anymore. Yeah, I know it's a challenge, but these are some of the things we are trying to recreate. Okay, me being in film, we are still trying to bring back these things now in film, because now the young people, if they're not young people, are not going to theater, they're going to film. These are things that we need to fuse in film. That's true. Language has to be put there, culture has to be used there. So that is how we can be able to preserve. So same principle, different generation to a platform they understand. Yes. That's beautiful. Wow. And has government been able to support you in any way?
We are
Because you
having
guys
these
have made a lot of
discussions.
headway with TV shows.
We
You've
are,
had the biggest TV show
Yeah.
on TV so far.
we are having these discussions. We are having
Mm.
these engagements a lot. We
Yeah.
are trying to have these engagements with the Ministry of Gender, because
Okay.
we fall, as filmmakers, we fall under the Department of Culture
Yeah.
in the Ministry of. So we are trying to have these discussions. I know there's been a huge disconnect between we creatives and government, or
Yeah.
people in these who sit in these offices, but we're trying to have these discussions to make sure, because we have a lot to contribute
Yes.
towards culture preservation,
True.
and that is their mandate. So we're having this conversation to make sure it works.
Okay. So how then have you been able to reach out to outside markets, outside the Ugandan market? Because you guys have gone to Nigeria, you've had nominations all over the place. How does one tap into these markets?
First of all, I think it starts with the kind of product you're making.
Okay.
You can act local, but aim global.
Yeah.
And again, when we talk about exporting culture, it is one of the ways to tap into international markets.
Oh, okay.
Because when we did SANYU, and SANYU was on Showmax and DSTV, it was showing across Africa.
Yeah.
And we used to get a lot of DMs from people from South Africa, from Botswana, from Ghana. And I think in the beginning, our shows would air, and the Luganda had no subtitles. So we'd get DMs of people saying, "We love your show, but when you speak your local language, we don't understand. Please give us subtitles."
Yeah.
And then, of course,
you had to incorporate
that.
that.
We did. And so that way we were able now to start exporting our culture internationally, but also the product needs to be good.
Yeah.
Cinematically, it has to be good. The story has to be good. The acting has to be good, that it can easily be consumed by anybody worldwide.
Market.
Yeah. So when we are making our movies, we are not just making them for the Ugandan market. Yes, we are being Ugandan in our storytelling, but we are aiming at the globe, because what is going to make somebody in Europe stop and say, "What's this?" The quality of production has to be good. So that is one thing. Then the other, of course, you have to have the end in mind when you're starting.
Yeah.
How do I actually get to distribute my movie globally?
Okay.
So you have to have a plan, a proper marketing plan. You have to have a proper target audience. You have to have all these things in plan. So that is how you can be able to create a product and it will go global.
Okay. So as we close, one major thing that all the arts industry players face, financing. How do you guys manage to get financing for these projects?
Of course, it goes back to one. When we were starting, we started with using our own funds.
Yes.
We owned land in Luwero.
Yeah.
We had 20 acres of land in Luwero, and it had about
as the Nabwisos,
yes,
or as
the
Nabwiso
Nabwisos.
Films?
And we had about 20 herds of 200 goats on that farm. So when we were doing our second or third project, it was a TV series called #Family.
Yeah.
We actually sold the farm and sold all the goats and invested it in film.
Wow.
So the beginning, we actually had to reinvest to put in our own money.
Yeah.
But in the process, because first you have to have something to show, so that when I come to pitch to you, I'll say, this is what I've done before. So if you buy
have to have
into
the
it,
content.
yes. If you have to buy into it, then if you can see what I've done before with my little money, then maybe you have the confidence to say, okay, let me invest in this person's business or project. So it goes up to personal investment, but also pitching to either broadcasters or executive producers to be able to get this money to make film.
So you have to first believe in your dream.
Yes.
And invest in yourself before you expect anybody else to
invest in you.
And has there been some returns? Is there any positivity you see at this point?
Yes. The beginning was very challenging.
Yeah.
We lost a lot of money. Like when we put that money in that TV series after selling our land and goats, we didn't get any single coin out of it.
Yeah.
But we got a lot of PR out of it.
Yeah.
So now that PR brought other projects.
So you basically
And as a matter of fact, yeah.
paid for PR.
Yes, we paid for PR. And today, things have changed. Things have changed. We are able to, someone will walk to you, they will commission you, do this project, and they'll pay you, do a project, and you're making money off this project.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So I hadn't asked, who are some of the people that inspire you?
Of course, in film, I'm inspired by directors like Quentin Tarantino. I think he's a really, really great storyteller.
Okay.
I think he's my biggest inspiration when it comes to, of course, film directing.
Okay.
And he's also an amazing scriptwriter.
I was waiting to hear that. That was going to be my next question, because it's directing, script.
Yeah.
And who are some of your favorite actors on the market right now?
I'll say my favorite actors on the market right now. I think my people are old school. People like Al Pacino. People like Robert De Niro.
Very old school.
Yeah.
But I see it's the stories
but
and
the
the
people
character.
who are current, of course, people like Will Smith. Will Smith is good. People like Jamie Foxx.
Yeah,
Jamie
that one
Foxx
is
is
a good one.
amazing.
He knows how to shift characters.
Yes.
Graceful, yeah. And on the local market, who are your favorites?
Eleanor Nabwiso.
Apart from Eleanor. That goes without saying. That goes without saying. Have you ever done a project that doesn't have Eleanor on it?
I'm not so sure.
That would be trouble, right?
Yeah.
Okay, outside Eleanor, who are your...
I think another artist I really like is, I think, Michael Awuyo Jr.
Yes.
He's
amazing.
He's a great method actor.
Yeah.
And
What do you mean by method actor?
Method actors are people who actually lose themselves while acting. They cease to be who they are.
Yeah.
And they just become that character. In that, when you come and try to talk to them as them, they don't recognize you. And they will not talk to you as them.
They become that person,
which makes great
acting,
TV performance.
Yeah.
But also sometimes if you don't know how to switch on and switch off, it's dangerous, because some people go method and they stay that character. Even after the movie has ended or after a scene has ended, they stay that way. They don't know how to come back.
Multi-personality disorder.
Yes, and it can be very, very dangerous.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to switch on and switch off.
Okay, well, who you and who else?
I think I'll work with those two.
Oh, okay. That's great. Well, how do we find Nabwiso Films?
Nabwiso Films, we are currently located in SETA.
Okay.
And but you can also get us a lot on our socials. Okay. On our Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, as Nabwiso Films. Okay. Or Mathew Nabwiso on all those platforms, or Eleanor Nabwiso on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. So feel free to talk to us, DM us. We will have conversations.
What advice would you have for one who wants to get into one film, that are acting?
First of all, you have to be sure it's something that you want.
Yeah.
It starts with passion. And then passion has to follow professionalism.
That part.
Yes. Professionalism comes with things like discipline, timekeeping, word. Yeah, if you're not professional, you can't last. Just like most businesses. Yeah. If you're not professional, you'll close. If you're professional, you'll stay.
Okay. Yeah. And for a person who wants to become a film director or start a film company?
Well, of course, one, we want to become a film director, find somebody who inspires you. Find out what has their journey been, what have they done to get there. Go their tutorials all over YouTube and all that. Yeah. You want to become a great actor, there are tutorials on YouTube. If there is somebody, if there are any film school, local film schools or trainings or workshops, get involved. Get to follow great actors, get to meet people, get to have conversations, and work on yourself. Today it is easy. Those days you would just have to stand in front of a mirror and try to do something. Today you can use your phone and
record yourself
and judge yourself and see. Get a script online and try out something. Today, things are much, much easier than it was
There's
before.
more access to knowledge than there was
before. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Eleanor, for bringing Mathew. And Mathew, thank you for giving us the time to do this. And thank you for loving the industry so much. I know there's a lot of moves you're pulling here and there with foreign people from other countries, filmmakers, to kind of get workshops going. I hear the conversations in the corridors. I have my ear to the ground on people I like, and so I'd like to appreciate you for that, and say that you've inspired a lot of people. You probably may not hear it much, but you've changed the face of film
Thank you.
and TV shows in Uganda. Personally, SANYU is up there for Ugandan film. And to tell people this is actually Ugandan, I'm proud to show that product and say, I know this guy. I know this guy. I know this other guy. I know this person personally. You know, it's different when you just see people, but it's different when you actually know the people. It helps you appreciate the art and the time they put in more, because you can see that this guy is not really this guy. You know what I mean? It takes him a lot to become this character, to know that with all the financial difficulties in the country, these guys have worked so hard to pull off a product of this quality. So I appreciate all the time you put in and the people you've inspired to do this. Thank you for coming through.
Pleasure.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Thank you for watching Lyfe B podcast. Please like, share, comment, hit the notification bell so you can have updates all the time. We have something out. You can support us financially. We're on Cash App, mobile money, World Remit. All the details are in the description if you want to find out more about Mathew Nabwiso, Eleanor Nabwiso, Nabwiso Films. We'll put all the details in the description. Thank you so much. Lyfe B.
Thank you for tuning in to the Lyfe B podcast with Sami-K. Your support means the world to us. Please leave a comment, subscribe, and share to help us grow and continue bringing you valuable content. We appreciate you.